What's up, my man? I had to make you a video. I'm sorry that it took me so long to respond. I've just been depressed. That's it. And when I get like that, it's hard to talk to anyone. Kind of just shut down, and it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. We know. You know. I know. We know. It's tough when you got a long way ahead of you, and you know, life has a way of smacking you around a little bit. And I'm the same way as you. I don't have any support at all here in real life, around me. Um, Not only does no one understand, but it doesn't seem like anyone really cares that much. They just think, I'm just doing it to myself, and which is what I thought for so many years. But that's what I kind of came to terms with last year was I wouldn't do this to myself. I might not be fond of myself, but I don't hate myself that much to where I would purposely do this. I mean, the fact that I've constantly always been fighting, and you're the same way. We've always been fighting this, so we don't want it. We don't want it. We're fighting it, so we don't want it. But yeah, when I started just really seeing it as the disease it is, and when I realized that if I didn't beat it, it was going to beat me, as in an early grave and a life, that was just kind of stripped away from me and taken from me, that I didn't really fully live because of this. I started looking at it really seriously. Um, and Shed for Life, Rob, he put me on to this nutritionist who works in South Florida, which is the eating disorder capital of the world. And she works at an inpatient facility. It's kind of like a rehab. And so she helps people with binge eating disorder get their lives back. And she's helped a lot of people. And she's one of the best in the world, really. And he got her to call me for free, which is good because I'm broke. And yeah, she's been calling me. She keeps calling me every 3 weeks. I got an appointment in a couple weeks, and she's still doing it for free, which not even Shed can believe because he's like, she must love you, man. She's calling you. But I think what it was she could tell where I was at, and I was in that place that's probably perfect for someone like her because I was at rock bottom, and I said, hey, my best thinking got me here. Take the wheel because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm lost, and I'm at that place where I'm ready to just stop being the stubborn bastard that I've always been, where I'm like, I can do this. I'm gonna do it on my own. I don't need no help. This ain't no thing. Well, it turned out it was a thing, and so I just told her. I said, hey, you know, um, tell me what to do, and I'll do it. I will do whatever you say. And she said, get rid of the sugar, get rid of the flour, get rid of the starch, and just trust me. And I didn't even believe her. I didn't really believe Rob because I hadn't lived a life where I didn't have to binge. I'd never lived that life. I didn't know what that was. Um, and so I did it, and it helped. It's a completely different game now, um, and one that I really do feel that I can win. Uh, as far as up and down, and if you ever want, to know what I'm eating or anything like that, or to know about the plan, if you're interested at all, I'll totally walk you through it and everything. I mean, it's basically the gist of it's no sugar, flour, or starch before the fifth ingredient. So when you look at so if you buy something and it don't have sugar, flour, or starch, you can eat it. Uh, I have better cheddar brats all the time. There's a bread called Ezekiel bread that I can get so I can have cheeseburgers. And the cool thing is you get 5 ounces for your lunch and dinner of protein, and cheese and meat count the same. So I slap a 2.5 ounce burger down and then another 2.5 ounces of cheese. And that shit's good. Uh, I just figured out how to make a pizza on an Ezekiel wrap. And the Ezekiel breads and wraps don't have any flour or sugar or anything, so they're on plan. They count as a carb. So you can. I have tacos. I make a cheese shell. I put shredded cheese down, melt it, and make it into a little circle, and then fold it into a shell. That is good. So I'm eating things I like to eat, tons of vegetables and fruit, and it's working. I'm losing weight, and I don't have to binge. So it's really cool. Um, but yeah, you said you've always just been going up and down. I was like that most of my life, but when I got down to 217, I shot up to 280. Like it was in a matter of months. Like I just you know I went on one of them 2 month benders where you just eat nonstop, and after 3 years of being on a diet, uh, my body reacted and it just filled those fat cells right back up. And but I stayed at 280 for a really long time, maybe like a year and a half, and then I lost it again. So it's always been a fight. You can look at me and probably be like, oh, he just gave up, but I never actually gave up. I was fighting, and then I lost it again, and I went straight to 360 like it was nothing. And I stayed at 360 for 2 years, just fighting up and down, up and down. Sometimes I'd be down to 330, sometimes I'd be up to like 370, but I'd always pull it back. And then last year, early last year, I just kind of lost it again a little bit, and that's when I got over 400. And that's what you see in that long video I made with all my, I was kind of on my way down there. But yeah, I mean, overall, it has just been going up and down, one or the other. And even when I did maintain my weights, there was a lot of up and down around that. Uh, but yeah, man, long term is what it's all about. That's something that I had to come to terms with as well, which is really hard for me because I'm all or nothing. That is how I've always been. All or nothing. I have something bad that day, fuck it, it's done. I'm eating. I'm eating, I'm eating. Tomorrow's a new day, but right now, I've already screwed up, so let's do this. Let's do it all the way. Oh man, that really got me throughout my life. And that always start tomorrow deal, so just eat as much as you can today. Yeah, it turns out that was just binge eating disorder doing what it does, and I was making excuses in my head for it. Um, but yeah, I mean, I used to have goals like that where I tried to get under 300 for New Year's Eve, and looking back at it now, I was like, no, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I was eating 1,300 calories. No, no. The one thing that my nutritionist said to me, and she said this is true for everyone with binge eating disorder, is when you restrict, there is never going to be a restriction without a binge. You can put it off for a long time, but if you restrict, you're going to binge. It's just what happens with us. Um, and I always take that to heart because when I started on this plan, it's eating a lot. It's eating 6 times a day, 3 snacks, 3 meals. The meals seem large. 5 ounces of protein, and then 10 ounces of vegetables and 4 ounces of carbs. That's a lot. That fills up a plate. So I felt like I was eating too much, and I even weighed when I shouldn't have. That's another thing that she doesn't want me to do is weigh. And I agree. I've seen the scale just fuck everyone up, and it's fucked me up so many times that um, I'm trying to avoid it. It's been a month and a half since I weighed, uh, but I did weigh just to make sure that the plan was working, and it was. I was losing more weight on this plan that I had lost in so long and ever on my own. So it was cool. I probably wrote down a few things because I didn't want to forget anything. This summer, yes, man, I am ready for this summer. Yeah, I like going fishing, but I haven't been this year, and it's just depression. And I broke up with my girlfriend of 7 years, and just I always went with her, and it's just it's that hard thing to go back and do those things alone that I'm trying to deal with. But I really need to get out there. I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna make myself do it. I'm gonna have to, and then eventually I'll get more comfortable with it. But uh, and I'm putting up a pool. I got one of those Intex 26-foot pools you get at Walmart. It's in my mom's basement right now. We didn't even put it up last year because I was just depressed and so out of shape I couldn't even help. But this year it's going up in a couple weeks, and that's going to make a lot of difference. I'm going to be able to do a lot of working out in there without the resistance of walking on my poor tired bones and all that. Uh, yeah, I'm looking forward to the 5K videos too. A lot. but that's off in the distance. But hey, you gotta earn every damn step between now and then, and that's what I'm just gonna try to do. Just try to earn those steps one at a time. It's slow. It is slow. I love what you said about and Falcons. Okay, whatever, man. The Dolphins are coming up. And I say this a lot, and I've been saying it for 20 years, but this time it's for real. Uh, Jarvis Landry is the real deal. You know that. You know Ajayi is the real deal. You know that. You know Tannehill's kind of the man of hill. You know that. Uh, but yeah, embrace the suck. I actually, I'm glad you said that because yesterday and today, I've really, I've thought that, and I've said it to myself. Uh, Man, I really wanted to eat yesterday. Because I was so depressed, I wanted to eat a lot. I wanted to eat a lot, and I haven't messed up my plan once in 130 plus days, because I'm scared of doing that. So I hadn't really been faced with that many times since I started, but I was having that urge, and it was just emotional to just eat and eat and eat, and it really hurt. I don't know how to explain it, but it hurt to not do it. And I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to embrace the suck because that's what I got to do. That's my play. That's it. And I'm going to do it. And I did it. And then, I woke up today and it was easier. And it's always like that. Just like I'm depressed. I've been depressed, but I know that if I just embrace the suck and get through it, it'll work out. You know, I'll eventually feel better. I know that it's happened, so I know it will. Uh, so yeah, man. Yeah, I know all about the setbacks and how they feel and the retreading all that ground and everything. But hey, just keep fighting. Uh, we just got to keep fighting and learn and learn and learn. We have to learn from our mistakes. That's what they're there for. Every single time I failed, well, I didn't think of it this way for a long time, but it's actually Shed for Life that kind of put the idea into my head, and it was just that every time I fail, that's an opportunity to learn something and to take it away, and eventually we become experts. I feel like I'm an expert at failing and an expert at succeeding because I've done both a lot, and I think I know. You learn about yourself, and you learn what you can take and what you can't, what works and what doesn't, and you just have to continuously work at it and set yourself up to succeed. You have to avoid the things that you know are going to bring you down, and you have to plan ahead a little bit and kind of keep on top of it, and always be on the lookout for that next iceberg because they're out there. Uh, yeah, man. So I just wanted to make this video. I wanted to respond and let you know what was going on, and that I'm pulling for you. 100%, man. I'd love to be there for you. We're on the same journey. We're fighting the same thing, and yeah, man. We're brothers. We're soldiers. Brothers in battle. All right, man. I'll talk to you soon. Keep fighting.